And it is hot. It is hazy once again, already 90 degrees so far today in Denver. We're probably to get to a record high temperature of at least 95 degrees later on this afternoon. Thanks for joining us here. I'm Meteorologist Chris Bianchi on 9 News Watch and on 9 News Facebook Live as well. And again, the big story continues to be just that exceptional heat and also, again, those hazy skies, very poor air quality once again for us in Denver. And that is due to a combination of ground ozone as well as wildfire smoke. That combination of those two things coming into place, leading to an air quality advisory throughout the entire Front Range. And we're going to continue to pull in some smoke from the north and the west thanks to a ridge of high pressure building in from our west. So long story short, we're going to see that smoke continue, but as that high nudges off to the east, that should start to push the worst of the smoke a little further east of the I-25 corridor as we get into tomorrow, and eventually as we head through the day, we'll start to see more and more of that smoke filtering its way into Kansas and Nebraska, but we've still got a lot of that ground ozone, so you might not be able to see quite as much of the poor air quality tomorrow, but trust me, unfortunately, it will still be there, particularly during the early to mid-afternoon time frame when ground ozone tends to peak. Current temperatures as of the noon hour in Denver, 90 degrees, making it our 54th day and 90 or above so far this year. That is now the 9th most all-time, tied for the 9th most all-time days at 90 or above in Denver. Mountains 70s and 80s, so again, a very mid-July-like temperature map and a mid-July-like forecast high temperature of 95 for us in Denver. Southeast Colorado, 100 degrees for us in Lamar, 95 in Grand Junction. So everything you're looking at here running about 10 to 15 degrees above where we should be for the second week of the month of September. So again, this is pretty late in the season for us to be this hot. And in fact, the latest 95-degree temperature on record in Denver was back in 2010. That took place on September the 19th of that year. So again, we're about a week and a half off in terms of the latest 95-degree temperature on record. Again, 54th day at 90 or above for us in Denver. We've got at least, I would say, 2 or 3 more to go, if not a bit more than that. We'll probably end up in the top 5 somewhere, maybe, or at least close to in terms of the most 90-degree days in a single year in Denver. Satellite and radar picture is a very quiet one for us on this Thursday. It's going to stay that way for the remainder of your day. Maybe a few popcorn showers and storms tomorrow for a few of us. I'll show you that in just a second, but we do see a few clouds try and filter the way into some of our skies in central western Colorado as we get through the overnight time frame. Not a whole lot to worry about, though, on the cloud front. Now, this is new for us here, and this is the current drought picture across the state of Colorado. And you might notice one little sliver that is new this week, and that is that abnormally dry, that little yellow shading for us in Denver. And for Denver, the Front Range, kind of hard to believe considering just how wet and exceptionally wet our spring and early summer was in around the Front Range. But a dry summer has taken its toll, and Denver now considered to be abnormally dry. That is not officially a drought, but that is kind of the precursor to an official drought being issued for Denver. So long story short, it's getting a bit on the dry side, or a dry summer catching up to us along the Front Range. Now tonight, temperatures dropping back into the low 60s for most of us. Areas of smoke still around. Yeah, I know, rinse, lather, repeat for us with those temperatures dropping back to 60 tonight. Tomorrow, 96. That would shatter our previous record of 93. That was set back in 2018. If we get to 97 or above, it would be our latest 97-degree temperature on record in Denver. So again, this is very late in the season for us to be as hot as where we are and where we will be for your Friday. And I did mention a few popcorn showers and storms may have the best chance of 1 or 2 of those dry storms developing in the San Luis Valley and maybe on up into the flat tops as well. 95% of us will be dry tomorrow, but just notice a few more clouds for your day tomorrow across our skies. And again, mid to upper 90s, that will be the picture for us as we get into your day tomorrow. And closer look in at the Front Range, again, 96 Aurora, 94 Parker, 92 Castle Rock, 96 Broomfield, 97 Boulder, and all around, it is just an exceptionally hot day for September the 10th. Again, we are now into the second week in the month of September, and we're only a few days away from the official start, the astronomical start of fall, which is on September the 22nd. So very, very hot for your Friday. By the weekend, you want to call it a cool down, it's fine by me, but not exactly a whole lot cooler with a high of 93 for your Saturday. By the way, normal high this time of year, or average high, is about 82, 83 for us in the Denver area. So we're talking about low 90s. Again, keep in mind, this is about 10 degrees above average still. So even with that quote-unquote cold front that arrives late Saturday into your Sunday morning. That'll take our temperatures from about 15 degrees above average down to only about 5 degrees above average. Then by Monday, back up into the low 90s. Tuesday, there it is, a bit more of a fall-like feel with highs in the upper 70s, but we'll warm back up again. In fact, some of the computer forecast models for late next week showing us going right back into the 90s. So again, summer is here. It is here to stick around for a little while longer. We do get that cool down briefly middle part of next week, but then right back up again. Those temperatures back into the 80s and 90s. We're going to see if we've got any comments or questions for us here, and it does look like we're going to be talking about those temperatures. Yes, again, I would say that it looks like for tomorrow we'll get up about 98 degrees, which would be our latest 98 degree temperature on record for us in Denver for tomorrow. So I saw Tiffany asking about that one, and David as well. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of clarification about that upcoming forecast. It is hot, it is hazy, not a whole lot of rain in the picture for us. Maybe an isolated storm or two this week, and probably a slightly better chance on Sunday than Saturday, but neither day it looks to be, we're talking about any sort of widespread showers and storms by then. So hopefully that's giving you a good picture about the upcoming forecast. Meteorologist Chris Bianchi in the 9 News Weather Center.